You just hit play on TechVibe Pittsburgh, and this is Jonathan Kirsting from the Pittsburgh Technology Council and TechVibe Radio, and it is my duty here to give you the front row seat to all the great companies and the women and men behind them. They're just making Pittsburgh's tech industry tick. And I absolutely love being able to hang out with some of our member companies here at the Tech Council, just to profile them, get to know them better, and learn more about really what they're doing, how they're solving some of the toughest problems out there. Today, we are talking to Benjamin Moorehead from DevTeQ Web Solutions. Benjamin, it's great to have you here today. I'm excited to tell more of your story because you're up to some pretty cool stuff. Everyone's always working on their website, right? Because I feel like the instant you put a website out, you're already thinking, what can I do different? It's like that human thing as far as that goes. And we're going to jump into some of the key things that you do, which I think are really cool. Before we do that, I need to learn more about you and why you're building this company. I'm always fascinated because I get to hang out with some of the smartest people in the world. And I'm always like, you could work for a company doing this and that, not have to worry about making payroll, not worry about finding customers. But certain people like you say, no, I want to take a different path, usually a harder path, and try to build something themselves. So tell me about your background, what got you into tech, and why did you decide that you wanted to build this? And while building it, hanging out with your dad as well, too, which I think is pretty cool. So tell me about that.
Sure, yeah. I've always been super excited about aesthetic design with user interfaces, with building screens and combining engineering with art is essentially what it comes down to.
I like it.
And so I did that after I got my bachelor's in science from Penn State University in computer science engineering. And I worked on some VR designs while I was in school. And then when I got out, I worked on some screen designs for some manufacturing purposes in industry. And then I was like, I really feel passionate that I could take these skills that I've learned and my artistic vision and incorporate it into making people's websites better to better represent their business. So I thought it was a very natural transition.
Okay, that sounds great. So the idea you say, I'm going to start a company to do this, then you decide you're going to bring your dad on board in order to kind of help you do that. That's kind of a cool move.
Thank you.
So people might say it's crazy at some point, but I think it's crazy like a fox, right?
Yeah,
so tell me about it. Tell me about why you're hanging out with your dad.
No, I mean, we have a lot of fun together. And currently, my dad and I are working actively on these projects. He helps me specifically with the media part of the business. So photography, videography, and we've even made a commercial together and had some fun making some Hollywood style videos. And I'm looking to get my brother involved. My mom is in the background. It's a team game here.
I love that. Yeah. But you're the boss, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was it kind of weird telling your dad what to do?
It is. I mean, we keep it respectful. We keep it fun. And I wouldn't rather be anywhere else than with my family.
I think that's fantastic. I have met your dad, and he's a super nice guy, so I can see why it's very easy to work with your dad and have that relationship. So I think that is fantastic. And so let's talk about some of the core things that the company does. Because, I mean, people listening are saying, well, so many places build websites. It's definitely a thick industry, but everyone kind of has their sweet spot and so forth. So tell me more about what's really setting DevTeQ apart.
Sure.
From the typical web designer out there.
Sure. So it is true. You can just a good-looking website almost anywhere. I mean,
even AI. I know people that are literally just using AI. I don't really recommend that, but I'm just saying, but you're seeing people that are kind of desperate to do a site quickly. Literally, they can code one themselves.
Yeah. I mean, AI spins up a website in 20 seconds and you're done. But what you're not realizing is those websites are not really tailor fit or optimized for your business purpose.
100%. Yeah.
And while it might look good on paper, is it really giving you the results that you need from your website? Because if not, you're missing out.
100%. So I'm assuming then as you work with your clients, then you're doing a little bit of therapy with them ahead of time because you really need to figure out what results they're hoping to get from their website. And that can be very different for many different types of businesses. And is there a sweet spot of types of businesses that you tend to work with or an industry that you tend to gravitate more towards?
Of course. The name of the game that we're looking at with websites is how can we help the company bring in more money through this marketing channel with their website.
Yeah.
And we want to bring more people onto the site. And then once they're there, we want to convert them into leads for the company that will become sales. So that's the name of the game. How can we drive home those conversions for people?
Gotcha.
And a lot of people don't even look at their website like a lead generating engine that it could become.
That's crazy. And that's where some of the real therapy comes in for you, because if you're
Exactly.
meeting with people and they're not even thinking about that, you're then educating them
Yeah.
on the real purpose of a website. For many businesses, of course, obviously you need to generate leads, make sales, make money, rinse and repeat.
I mean, to a lot of people, it's almost looked at a necessary thing that they have to have, but it's kind of a nuisance to them to put up the website,
Exactly.
maintain it.
Good point.
We kind of turn that on its head, and now people are proud of their website. They're excited about how they can use their website and recommend people to look at it. So we're really looking to turn the tables here.
I like that very much. And I'm also curious, so as you build sites for people, is it something that after you build them, are you also then able to maintain them for them? I mean, probably there's different levels of service that people can engage you with to say, build me the site and I'll take care of it, or build me the site and make sure that I'm always up to date, because we all know there's different technologies coming out, or there's different viruses or whatever that may be, where you sometimes have to patch a site, whatever that is. I just feel websites need caring and nurturing. So many of us just let them, it's like a poor flower in the garden over summer, starts withering, weeds start growing around it. It's hanging in there, but it could be better kept.
No, I mean, like I was saying, with the perception of how most people view websites, a lot of times it's kind of like an older car. It works, but it's not great.
Okay.
Keep it running.
I like your analogy better.
Once we take over the website from the existing provider, we host it on Microsoft Azure Cloud.
Okay.
And we are proud to boast that guarantees a 99.9% uptime.
That's very important.
Which means your website's going to stay stable, right? Redundancy, reliability, security. That's one thing. Additionally, we're constantly looking to maintain and update websites, and even seasonally with new products, new services.
Surely.
You want to keep it representative of your current business offerings.
I love that.
Many other of our competitors aren't looking to do that, as we're actively looking to change and keep websites up to date.
That's a great differentiating point. It's not just build it and forget it. You're building it and then you're nurturing it along the way to make sure it's always doing its job. And I think that plays really well into, you mentioned this before we started recording this, was the idea of being able to really show the metrics as to how the website's performing. I think that's so important, because when people are making investments in sites, because as you mentioned before as well, some people are just kind of creating very quick sites with AI and it costs them nothing. So when someone's actually investing with you to build a site, I mean, they're putting some real money out to do that. So they want to see that return on investment.
Oh, definitely.
And you're able to show that. Are you tracking, what kind of metrics are you tracking? How are you able to show this to them so it makes it very actionable?
Sure, yeah. So the way we look at it is, it's much better to, if your website is the engine of your sales, right?
Yeah.
You could also spend on ad spend for outbound leads on Google Ads or what have you. However, you know, the money that you're spending there, and it's expensive to do pay-per-click ads, that money is going to be way more in terms of efficiency than the ROI of just increasing. Let's say you go from 2% conversions of people coming onto your site to 3%. That's a game changer. Now, all of a sudden, you're getting a lot more leads.
A lot more leads. It's funny, like even just showing that little bit is actually a lot bit, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I love that. I think you're really showing some really cool stuff here that I think is really setting DevTech apart, is the idea that you're here to not just build the most advanced site with the latest technologies, hosting it on something that is very stable, which is so important. Exactly. But then also maintaining it, right, and keeping it up to date, and then also providing the metrics so you can see what your site is actually doing for you. And then I'm assuming that as you're showing those metrics, that's providing you data and insights for tweaking and adjusting the site as you go forward. So I feel like in many ways you're becoming this like unofficial partner of this company. Oh, yeah. You're almost like their de facto web team, for lack of a better term, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I want them to see us as we're almost a member of their team, as you've said.
Okay.
And we even emphasize that we work directly with our CRM and make sure at each part of the process during development and after, we're in close communication with our client. That's important to us.
I love it, man. Super cool. So I'm always curious about trends. I mean, my goodness, doing the job that you do, you always got to be staying on top of every trend and things around the web, on websites, the web in general, everything, technology in general. I should just, every day there's something new. And so you have to be staying up on top of that.
Oh,
in order to do the best. I know we're all talking about AI. What do you, obviously we mentioned AI because people are just using AI just to build sites right now. What are you seeing within AI that has you intrigued right now with like within your industry?
Yeah, so AI is great in many different ways, and we really use it as a powerful tool in different aspects of how we can provide a great service to people, especially in real-time customer service chatbots that we can install on people's sites.
Excellent.
AI to evaluate the industry that a website is in for a business and create keywords for SEO, that tool available.
Okay.
So different really key aspects we're leveraging this new technology for.
That sounds great. I mean, and with so much, just us as a tech council using that for some of our projects, it's just such a game changer. Even when I'm building web pages and I need to optimize them, and I can throw a page in and get a better idea of some of the keywords that are really going to rank and help us bubble up. It's just been so helpful. So you're using that too, which I think is great. Something that I really want to talk about with you, and you mentioned this, was this idea around progressive web apps.
Yes.
And how you guys are doing this. This is really cool. I didn't know about this. You have to educate me here, Benjamin. You have to educate me here. Tell me what this is all about when it comes to progressive web.
No, I'm excited about it because we're one of the only companies offering it. It's a newer technology, and it's essentially that the website that we build for clients is also downloadable onto mobile devices. So phones, tablets, what have you. And there's been a lot of research showing people prefer using apps, especially for repeat visits to your website to do things like schedule appointments, make purchases. So it's invaluable to have that right there on their phone.
See, this is so cool. This has me so excited because I go back and I remember when for a while, everyone said there's an app for that. You have to build an app for it. And then people kind of went away from it. They're like, oh, your website's fine. We'll do these responsive websites that will just scale on your phone properly. And so that was a thing. But now it's come around where it's like, you need an app, but now you can actually you have the technology now to have that convert. So you can just create that app on your phone. That's game changing to me.
It is. I mean, you have one website developed and it functions as both, and you get most of the benefits of both.
Exactly, right on there.
Formats. So
that is really cool. I'm excited to see how that progresses, and I think that's something that people need to ask you about. Like when they're building a site, they want to talk to you. It's ask about a progressive web apps. Because I think that definitely bubbles you guys to the top. I'm very excited for you guys. I've been watching you and your dad here at our offices because you guys have located your offices here with us, which has been really cool watching you guys get this thing off the ground. So it's been really cool getting to learn what you're up to. And I always like talking to people what they're doing when they're not at work. Because I mean, rumor has it like you might be a cat guy. Tell me about your cat and why you're into your cat so much. Because I'm a cat dude as well too.
Yeah, definitely. So my cat Popcorn that I have with my girlfriend, and I adopted her from the shelter.
Nice.
And she's a bit crazy.
Of course she is. She's a cat, man.
Bit of a menace, but we have fun. She's really cute. We like to take her on little road trips sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, she goes on road trips with you. Oh, wow, man. I like it.
So that's part of my life outside of work.
That's very cool. I love hearing that. So much fun to learn more about what you guys are up to. Once again, I'm going to tell everyone we got links to your website and your contact information, of course, in the liner notes of this podcast, but really start looking into this whole thing around progressive web apps. That to me is some game-changing technologies as you're building sites that your site can become an app so people can use it more. They don't have to find it. They can do the things they need to do. I think that just creates a better customer experience. So
definitely.
Cool stuff. That's my key takeaway from that. So Benjamin, thank you for hanging out with me. Totally appreciate it. What a fun story to tell. And in case you forgot, this is Jonathan Kirsting. I'm with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and TechVibe. Absolutely love having these conversations. If you want more content like this, just subscribe, keep following, because every day we're talking to some of the coolest people right here in Pittsburgh's technology ecosystem. And I cannot wait to see you on the next one.